Hello everyone, my name is Vishnupriya Hasti. Today I'm going to present my final project. It's based on restaurant management system. So here are the table of contents that we are going to look on over the project. Coming to the introduction, it is a web application. It is basically developed to automate day-to-day activity of a restaurant. It is a kind of business that serves people all over the world with ready-made food. So this system is developed to provide service facility to restaurant and also the customer. In this, the menu is organized by the categories. The main objective to build this system is to provide ordering and reservation service by online to the customer. By this way, it will become easier and systematic to replace the traditional system. So coming to the background of this study, this project is still developing because many restaurants have a lot of difficulties in managing the business. So if a customer books an order and later wants to cancel it, the particular customer is allowed to do it only within a specific time period. So coming to the requirements overview, we have three modules in this. The first is central server module. Here the computer is responsible for the storage and management of the data. It can be in the same network or different one. The next one is the reservations and scheduling module. So in this module, reserve tables by table type. It might be for a group or an individual customer. So this information includes the duration of dining by a group or an individual. The last one is the staff management module. In this module, we have the employee master and the leave management. The leave management includes the annual, medical, and time offs. So here are the transactions we have performed throughout our project. So we have input orders which we receive and input reservation of tables, list of employees, and what forms did we use to update the database. We have cash register and revenue by menu and the customer enrollment. So coming to the entity relationship diagram, it is usually the result of analysis to define and describe what is important to process. It does not define the business process, but it only presents a business data schema. It is usually drawn in a graphical form that are entities and relationships. They express the associations and dependencies between the entities. And an ER model can also be expressed in a verbal form. For example, one building may be divided into 0 or more apartments, but one apartment can be located in one building. So basically, an ER diagram is a visual representation of data that describes how data is related to one another. So this is the basic entity relationship diagram for a restaurant management system. Here we have different entities such as customer, waiter, chef, order, menu, bill, waiter table association. We also have the item price, item, and the table which is reserved by the customer. So this shows the basic one. So from the visitor's point of view, the visitor visits the website and the website is created by the developer. So the next one is database schema. It represents the logical representation of the relational database. It can exist both as a visual presentation and as a set of formulas. So these formulas are expressed in DDL, nothing but data definition language such as SQL. So as part of data dictionary, the schema indicates how the entities make up the database. They include tables, views, procedures, and more. So this is the basic database schema. So we have entities, attributes, relationships, and different views. The next is the relational schema. This is the relationship that link to gather the components into a database. So the purpose of this model is to provide a method for specifying data and queries. So here the users directly state what information the database contains and what information they want from it. So this is the relational schema. Here we have customer, and for customer we have customer ID, order number, first name, last name, contact number, bill number, table number, and waiter ID. It's the similar for every entity. So the next is the logical model. For the logical model, it describes the data in detailed manner without regard to how they will be physically implemented in the database. So features for this model include all the entities and relationships among them. All the attributes for each entity are specified, detailed. Coming to the physical model, it primarily defines all the relational data models and objects of the database. It is created using the database language. It can also be created by transforming the logical model into a physical data model. So the model constraints such as size, configuration, and security can be varied based on the underlying database system. So data manipulation, these are nothing but the SQL queries we need to implement on our specified data. So here are the few SQL queries. So we have create table statement. So the create function is used to store the data and create the tables. So the integrity constraints like primary key, unique key, foreign key can be defined for the columns while creating the table. The next is the insert command. So the insert command is used for inserting one or more rows into a database table with specified table column values. The next is the update statement. This is used to change or update the values in a table. It is usually suffixed with a where clause. The next is the delete statement. It's common. Subset may be defined or deleted using a condition. Otherwise, all the records are removed. The next is the observation for our project. So while creating the tables, we've got a number of errors like violation parent key. So the tables are to be created in order. So while creating the tables, we have to specify the data type and the length of the attribute. But while inserting, there was a length violation and the primary key was made null while updating. Then we faced an entity integrity constraint, which is violating the primary key cannot be null. So we faced some of these errors. So to conclude my project, it's nothing but basically when customer initiates the search for food, he or she will find many options about price, type of food availability along with the cuisines. In addition, the customer will find information about the table registrations that he or she wants to select. Thank you for your patience.